The Noise Marine bases are done, and I've been working on the Slaanesh skin. Time for a Painting Noise Marines update. Oosh. Saved by Slaanesh. Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, in today's video we're going to have a closer look at the work that I've been doing on my 36 Noise Marines. I've now finished the bases and I've started the work on the Slaanesh skin. Now, I've put a lot of work into these models, a lot of hours over the last couple of weeks, and although I'm doing some fairly simple stuff like dry brushing, when you're doing that 36 times on 36 miniatures that you're having to keep picking up and putting into your paint holder, it's quite hard work. However, I had Slaanesh constantly on my back telling me to do it, to keep going.
Paint, Nick, paint! Don't stop for anything or anyone. Paint!
And I have, and the bases, as I said, are now done, and I'm really hoping you are going to like them. Now, before we go table down, if you would like to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k, then please give me a sub and hit the bell button so you don't miss an upload. Right, let's go table down and have a look at my work. Okay, so here are some of my Noise Marines. So in the last video I base coated all of the colours on the bases. I then started work on the Slaanesh skin. So first of all I did 2 coats of Dawnstone Grey just to build up the grey colour over the black. I then did 2 coats of Warp Fiend Grey, and finally I went over with a purple wash. That is the skin now ready to do the highlights. Now, in terms of the bases, again, it was a lot of work, but I think it was worth it. I hope you like the look of the bases. Now, what I'm going to do is run over how I did them. So, like I said, the previous video I had all the base coats down. I then started with the washes. So I started off washing the blue areas with Drakenhof blue, and then I brought that into the rocks. I did sort of patches of that wash over the rocks. I filled in the areas that didn't have the blue wash on with a Earthshade wash, and around where the tentacles are with a red wash. I put that red wash on the tentacles, however not at that stage. First of all, I then dry brushed the rocks. Now, I dry brushed the rocks with a Dawnstone Grey, then Administratum Grey, and then Pallid Witch Flesh. Then I dry brushed the blue with Lothan Blue. Now, once I'd done all of that dry brushing, I had to go back into the tentacles with Pink Horror and just touch them up a little bit. It wasn't too bad because I was very careful doing the dry brushing, but I did have to touch them up a little bit. Once I touched them up, I then went in and I did a red wash all over the tentacles. And then once that was dry, I then dry brushed the tentacles with Pink Horror. I also dry brushed the blue with Pink Horror as well, just to bring that alien feel into that electric blue gloop. And then finally I did a dry brush of Emperor's Children over the tentacles. And then once all the dry brushing was done, I went around the tentacles with the Lothan Blue. I did a sort of stipple effect to try and indicate movement around those tentacles. And that is the bases finished. Of course, I've still got to paint the rims of the bases, which I will do in black. And once I've completely finished these models and they're all varnished with a matte varnish, I'm going to go into the river section and the tentacles with a gloss varnish just to bring that gloopy, wet feel to the bases, just like I did on my Demon Princess. So my next stage is to finish the Slaanesh skin. Once that's done, I'm then going to go in with black and I'm going to just touch up all of the black areas and get them ready for the painting of the armour. So I really hope you like how they're looking. Let me know in the comments box below, and if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Hit my icon at the end of the video to keep up to date with the wonders of Warhammer 40k. Beam me up!